Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I am going to explain you what is this high-low method using an example. So high-low method is a technique that we are using to find out the change in the variable value if your activity level change from one value. So let me explain that one using an example. So once we are done with this example, you will be perfectly okay with the high-low method. So here I have given you the number of units and the total cost. So at different activity levels, I have given you the different total cost that you will incur to produce the given number of units. Here the question I am asking, calculate the total cost if 430 units are produced. So you know, to calculate the total cost, you should know two elements. One is your total fixed cost, other one is your total variable cost. So how to calculate the total fixed cost and total variable cost, I will explain. So if I further elaborate this formula, your total cost is equals total fixed cost plus how to calculate the total variable cost, you know, it is the variable cost per unit into number of units that you are going to produce. So this entire thing will give you the total variable cost. So from this high-low method, using the high-low formula, what we can calculate is very important to remember. We can calculate this variable cost per unit. Using the high-low formula, we can calculate the variable cost per unit. So what is the high-low formula? Very simple formula. Your denominator is highest activity level minus the lowest activity level. Your numerator, value of highest activity level minus the value of the lowest activity level. So let's apply this high-low formula. I said you, using this formula you can calculate what is the variable value is. Okay. So we'll calculate that amount in this particular question. Actually, it is the variable cost per unit. Variable cost per unit. So what is the, I'll take the denominator first in this question. What is the highest activity level? 350. The cost at highest activity level. The cost of value of highest activity level is how much? It is 40,000. The value of highest activity level is 40,000. Okay. So I'll write it here. 350 is the highest activity level. Cost of highest activity level is 40,000. And lowest activity level is 150. Cost of lowest activity level is how much? 20,000. So here 150, here minus 20,000. So using this formula, what you can calculate in this question, you can calculate the variable cost per unit. So what is the variable cost per unit in this question? 20,000 divided from 200. So what is the variable cost per unit that you are getting for this question? You are getting a variable cost per unit of 100. So using this variable cost per unit, what I can do, I can calculate my fixed cost actually. So we learn total cost is equals your total fixed cost plus variable cost per unit into the number of units. Okay. So here see, if I take some value from this particular calculation, let me take this one, the final value. When I am producing 350 units, my total cost is 40,000. So I'll write it. When I am producing 350 units, my total cost is how much? 40,000. Okay. So now I calculated my variable cost per unit using the high-low formula. How much is that? $100. So $100 is the variable cost per unit. Likewise, for 350 units, what will be the total variable cost? You can get it. So you don't know what's the total fixed cost is. So 40,000 is equals your total fixed cost plus 350 into 100. So you are getting a value of 35,000. So that is your total variable cost. So how much is going to be your total fixed cost? 40,000. Take this 35,000 other side, negative 35,000 minus 35,000 is your total fixed cost. So how much is your total fixed cost? It is 5,000 US dollars. Okay. So whether this total fixed cost is correct or not, you can confirm your answer using another number. So let me confirm it. So total cost equals total fixed cost plus variable cost per unit into the number of units. Okay. So we calculated the total fixed cost as how much? 5,000. Okay. And we know variable cost per unit is how much? 100. Variable cost per unit is 100. Likewise, let's take the value maybe for 150 units. If I produce 150 units, my fixed cost is 5,000. My variable cost will be 15,000. Okay. So my total cost should be how much? 20,000. My total cost should be 20,000. So let's see at 150 units whether you have a total cost of 20,000. Yes, you have. So from that one, we confirmed our total fixed cost is correct. Okay. Now we have to calculate what is the, that's not the real question. Real question is calculate the total cost if we produce 430 units. So I have to calculate the total cost. You have to take the total fixed cost. We calculated it. It is $5,000. Total fixed cost is $5,000 plus variable cost per unit we calculated. So this is the important part of this particular video, how to calculate the variable cost. So how did we calculate this variable cost per unit? Using the high-low method only we calculated. So what's the value of the variable cost per unit? It is $100. Into, now you are going to produce how many units? 430 units. So your total cost is how much? 5,000 plus 430 into 100. So here you are getting a total variable cost of 43,000. So if your total variable cost is 43,000 and if your total fixed cost is 5,000, what will be your total cost? It will be 48,000. So if you produce 430 units, what will be your total cost? It is 48,000. So how did we calculate that? First of all, we calculate the variable cost per unit using the high-low formula. What's the high-low formula? Denominator is highest activity level minus the lowest activity level. Numerator is value of highest activity level minus the value of lowest activity level. Now here in this question for the activity level, I use number of units, but you can get certain questions your activity level as maybe labor hours. Sometimes you can get machine hours. So you will get different activity levels. Somehow the concept is same. Your denominator is highest activity level minus the lowest activity level. Numerator is value of highest activity level minus the value of lowest activity level. So I hope you got a very good understanding about the high-low method and how to get the values using the high-low method. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe my channel to watch my future videos. If you have any suggestions, you can always comment. I have done some accounting courses like this, so you can check the description for whatever the accounting courses that I have done. Especially like for ACCA, CIMA, I have done some accounting courses. Then let's meet again with my next video.